Channel Vega Chile presents great musicians and composers of yesterday, and always with the presentation of pianist Luis Mariano. Hello everyone. A huge hello from the beautiful and musical city of Vina del Mar, here in Chile. I'm Luis Mariano, and today I want to tell you a story that will change the way you listen to music forever. What if I told you that the composer of some of the most romantic and beautiful melodies in history lived a life filled with ghosts, a toxic love, and an absolute terror of being buried alive? I'm talking about the king of the piano, Frédéric Chopin. Stay until the end, because today we're going to debunk the myth of the melancholic genius. Subscribe now if you love the piano as much as I do, and hit that bell. Let's travel back to 1810. Chopin was born in Poland. From a very young age, he was an absolute prodigy. Imagine, at the age of 7, he was already composing and playing for the aristocracy. But he wasn't the typical musician who wanted to impress with loud noises or extreme speed. No, Chopin's music was pure poetry, pure emotion. At 20, he had to leave his beloved Poland forever because of the war, taking with him a silver cup filled with soil from his homeland. He arrived in Paris, the cultural center of the world at that time. But here's the incredible part. Unlike Franz Liszt, who filled stadiums and was the first rock star in history, Chopin was terrified of large concerts. He preferred the intimacy of private salons, by candlelight, a very bohemian, very intimate atmosphere, like the one you experience on evenings by the sea in our Quinta Vergara. But Chopin's life changed completely when he met George Sand. That was the pseudonym of Amantine Dupin, a very famous French writer who defied society by dressing as a man and smoking cigars. They had a passionate, stormy, and, let's be honest, quite toxic romance. Seeking to escape Chopin's tuberculosis, they moved to an old monastery in Mallorca, Spain. The conditions were terrible conditions. Cold, rain, damp. There, trapped in his own mind and on the verge of madness, Chopin composed his famous preludes. He would listen to the raindrops falling on the roof and imagine they were the footsteps of ghosts. His mind was ravaged by fever, but his genius remained intact. He created beauty from pure suffering. Chopin's body could endure no more. He died in Paris in 1849, at only 39 years old. But here is the most dramatic twist in his story. Chopin suffered from taphiophobia, an irrational fear of being buried alive. Therefore, his last wish was terrifying. He asked that his heart be removed before his burial. Today, his body rests in Paris, but his heart was smuggled back to Warsaw, Poland, by his sister, preserved in a glass jar filled with cognac. Literally, his heart returned to its homeland. Chopin didn't just play the piano. He made the instrument speak. He made it crying, made him love it. For me, as a pianist from Vina del Mar, every time I place my hands on the keyboard to play his work, I feel that mixture of pain and absolute beauty. What's your favorite Chopin piece? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading and replying to them all. If you loved this story, give it a big like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe so we can continue discovering the magic of music. A huge hug from Vina del Mar, and see you in the next video. Channel Vega Chile presented great musicians and composers of yesterday, and always with the presentation of pianist Luis Mariano.
Mariano.